Hi, welcome to Sagicor Bank's podcast, Impacting Jamaica, the Small Business Edition. Here, we'll be looking at both sides of small and medium enterprises, the ups and the downs. Our experts will offer advice on how to navigate the many challenges entrepreneurs will eventually face and offer tips to help them achieve success. Plus, we will also hear the inspirational stories of some of our SME clients. This is Impacting Jamaica, the Small Business Edition.
Hi, my name is Janine Taylor and I'm from the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, and today we'll be talking about starting a business. So a business idea or concept, a product idea or concept can be triggered by just about anything, but there are three main areas that we generally generate these ideas from. The first one is your personal pain, something that you have experienced or undergone, or something you found missing in the marketplace that you really needed. So that's one. The other one could just be the fact that you're an innovative or entrepreneurial person and you are constantly generating ideas internally and want to give birth to those ideas. And the third is actively observing the marketplace and seeing opportunities that match your skills and capabilities. Essentially, your why. Why do you want to start this business? And from there are some other W's that you would want to answer. Who are you trying to cater to? What is it that you're going to provide to their problem that will become a solution for them, such that they'll be willing to pay for it? Where are you going to be selling these products and services? And finally, just how are you going to go about starting? So, after you've answered those questions, you have a business concept. Now we need to find out, can this idea really make some money? Are persons going to be willing to pay for it? And remember, this doesn't have to be a tangible product. It could be a service. It could be just about anything that is able to convert to money. You're going to have to do some market research and testing. You're going to have to engage with your stakeholders. The biggest stakeholder, of course, being your customers. Focus on what are the customers needing and how do I satisfy it. There are some other stakeholders that you need to find out about. For example, your supplier. Can they provide you with consistent supplies to satisfy your customers' needs? Are these persons able to make or break your business? And the answer is yes. Suppliers are key. Inputs. What are the other inputs? There is raw material, there is the team, your staff, if that is required. There are a number of other stakeholders. There's a network, the influencers. Who are the key players in the market space that you need to get in touch with? Your financial institutions, your registration companies, your government, all the licensing agencies. All these people can play an essential role in making or breaking that business idea. However, there is one key stakeholder that we need to be paying attention to, and that is our competitors. What is already in the market, and how are you going to be distinct and differentiated from that? That requires innovation. Innovation is key to send a message to the market that something new exists for them to choose from. Usually persons focus on the product and innovating the product and differentiating the product. However, there are other ways to differentiate, and that is your process. What is your customer experience? Is there something new that you're going to add on to that process? Are you going to be looking at convenience? How are you going to, incite that market to come to you versus what they are accustomed to? Be sure to get feedback from your customers, negative or positive. Those are key contributors to innovation. Look at the major players in the market now. Google, Airbnb, Netflix. They all listened to what their customers were saying and came up with a solution that did not exist. There was always TV, there was always films, however, not in the way that Netflix came out with it. And so it's not always in the product that you are going to be innovating, but just by listening to the customers and ensuring that your response is new and catchy. So one of the things that we have found in this market here in Jamaica is that we are sometimes afraid of branding. Why? It is our identifying marker for anybody to be able to identify us. And there are sometimes, in some industries, a differentiation between the company's name and your brand. They are two distinct things. The key to having a brand gives you room to not just rely on the product or service that you have in the long run, but to help to leverage value. What is going to be key is the value that you have injected in that brand, that persons will now be loyal to your brand regardless of who else comes out with another product like yours. In the long run, what you will find is that that startup cost to start that business and to create that new product will reduce as your brand value increases. What is the value that is behind your brand? What does it stand for? And ensure that it maintains its integrity in the marketplace. Is it quality? Is it experience? Is it vibe? Is it culture? What is that thing, that unique thing that will continuously provide you with a differentiation strategy against your competitors and to constantly provide your customers with a strong value proposition? Now, one of the key things to pay attention to when starting a business is your emotions. Try not to get too attached, so attached that you're unwilling to change with the market and what the market is asking you for. In COVID, this would have been the clincher. This would have been the factor, that agility factor, and that willingness to continuously change, continuously improve, continuously respond to what the market is asking for. Remember, you don't have a business without a buyer. So remember, what we're going for is sustainable businesses, great brands, big champions in the marketplace, and pay keen attention to every little move that is being made and have a successful, sustainable, long-lasting business.
It's nice to meet you both, because this is now the start of a new relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. And especially we're women entrepreneurs. I'm like a part of so many different little entrepreneurs.
I was kind of shocked when I heard you were in the busing business, because that's more like a man's world, so to speak. Now the drivers and
the hassle.
how do they respond to you?
Do they take advantage?
No, they're not. We actually work as a team, because once you're in business, you have to have the worker as close as a family. So when you have a teamwork, you get teamwork.
Okay.
Awesome.
And that's what happened in my business.
I'm from Maypen, Clarendon. I attended Maypen Primary School when I left and go on to Maypen Secondary School. I was always an entrepreneur. From helping people, especially in my community, this lady called Miss Gail at a shop in her community. I used to go on a weekend and help her sell in the shop. I learned to be independent. That's one of the main things I learned. And you can be able to have your own cash to spend where you want it, wherever it's necessary. My first business venture was opening a car wash, which was the first car wash that opened during the night. Because in my community, every car wash locked at 8, mine used to go up till 12. I started another business, which is transport business. The name of my business is First Lady. which was actually named after me by my husband and one of his friends who said, "You're his first lady." So that is the name to be, First Lady. The various services of my business is to transport kids to school and back from school, adults to their destination and back to their destination. And also we do discount services for school trips and for funeral trips. How did I get the first buses? Through my husband, who got a loan from Sagicor Bank. This was a small IS Toyota. We grew from that business by buying another bus, and another bus, and another bus. So we end up with 4 small buses. And today, we actually moved away from small buses and into the bigger buses, which is Toyota Coaster. I have a total of 5 buses now. Well, having Sagicor as my business banker could never been better. And believe me, it is positive. Relationship with my Sagicor banker is pretty much of a friendly relationship. He's always telling me different ideas to go about doing my business and what to change in my business, and I really like that. One of my most important things that I've discovered is always keep your book records up to date, because I get audit and I never forget about that. I assist other women in business by advising them, helping them with their upcoming bookkeeping work, and also overall good business practicing. Whatever you have in heart, which is a passion, I would say go out and do it. Because sometimes you try to do something that someone wants you to do and it does not work out. Just stick to that passion and let it work.
Sagicor Bank decided to launch the Sagicor Bank Business Resource Center because we recognize that there's a gap in the market to help small businesses to perform much better. What's special about this Business Resource Center is that it's a partnership, the first of its kind in Jamaica, between the Jamaica Business Development Corporation and Sagicor Bank. We particularly chose the Jamaica Business Development Corporation to partner with because of their years of expertise in training small business owners. The Sagicor Bank Business Resource Center caters to a wide cross-section of small businesses in industries such as manufacturing, creatives, dairy farmers, agriculture in general, and distribution, just to name a few. The Sagicor Bank Business Resource Center, its main focus is really the training of small business owners in areas such as marketing, business planning. We even look at your financials. We help you to source markets for your goods. We look at helping you in the areas of technology, which is really huge now given the pandemic. And last but not least, we provide small business financing.
I am David Foster, Managing Director of DIF Construction Management Limited. The Sagicor Bank Business Center means the world to DIF Construction Management team. When we needed a bank, they were there for us. I can remember the time the company was really at risk and I was looking somewhere to turn for security, and that was Sagicor Bank. The relationship that Sagicor offered DIF, it has saved me personally from being in debt and now in a position where I can retain my staff and respond to many more opportunities. Sagicor has offered me a partnership that gives me such a surety that I can take on any project because I know I have financial backing. And today the company is strong because of Sagicor being a stakeholder.
We're looking forward to partnering with you, so I invite all small business enterprises to come down to Sagicor Bank Resource Center. Sagicor Bank decided to put the Sagicor Bank Resource Center in Halfway Tree, certainly because of its centrality. Halfway Tree, in our view, is a hub, and there is easy access wherever you're coming from throughout this country. You may contact the Sagicor Business Resource Center through our WhatsApp or email address, and also you may call us through the Jamaica Business Development Corporation.